Welcome to my home. My name is Lisa Abbey and this is my channel about stitching. Today is October 7th, 2020, and I hope everybody's having a great day. I seem to have lead in my butt again today and not seem to be getting too much accomplished, but it's like noon, so I'm hoping some huge gust of enthusiasm will sweep through me and I'll get something accomplished. So anyway, if you're new to my channel, I hope you find something exciting to kind of motivate you to create something of your own. If you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate you also, and we'll get going. I have a few things to share with you today. I did a little bit of stitching, and I did a little bit of thrift storing, and so we'll get started. I did have a finish, and it is my Brenda Gervais pattern, Grateful, Thankful, Blessed. And I didn't bring the cover picture for this one over, but if you've been here before, you've seen it for a while. This was a big house, but anyway, I was able to get it finished. I'm very excited about it. I should have pressed it so it looked super pretty. Actually, I say it's a finish, but I'm gonna redo something on it. I did the window pane back stitching, but I did it in a color way too close to the black, and so it doesn't show up. So I am going to pull that out and do those again, because those were super quick. When I was doing it, it was super late, and I kept telling myself, oh, it'll show up when it's daylight. If you tell yourself that, just stop or change thread then, because it didn't show up. But that's okay. So I was able to get that done, and I've come to the conclusion, I don't know if you guys are aware of Stitchtober, but that's something that Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop and Lori Holt are doing through October. They're just stitching fall, autumn, pumpkin-y kind of things. And I had not planned on doing that, but then I didn't want to miss out on anything. So what I've decided to do is just basically dedicate the weekend stitching, which is the bulk of my stitching. I'm just going to dedicate that to my Stitchtober type of deal. So I'm going to really focus on doing my fall stuff then, because there's just so many other projects that I have going right now that aren't fall, and so I can't just do fall stitching all the time, although it would be fun, and I probably have enough charts to do it. But anyway, so I think that's just going to be kind of my plan anyway. Whether I accomplish it or not, I'm not sure, but I think that's going to be my plan for the rest of October, is just to try to do the fall stitching on the weekends, and then whenever I have chance to stitch during the week, it'll be on whatever feels good. So I was able to work a little bit more on Summer at Hollyberry Farm by Stacy Nash. Last time I showed it, what did I do? I think I did the top half border. I was, I think, to about here on the berries, and so I was able to go to the corner. Well, so I picked it up again, and I'm very close to the bottom. Well, I felt like I was very close, but I feel like maybe I'm halfway, I don't know. So I'm real excited with the way it's turning out. I took it with me on Monday to the thrift store, hoping that maybe I could find a frame for my Grateful, Thankful, Blessed was the main thing. And then I thought, well, I'll take this along too, and maybe that'll motivate me to really get moving on it. But I couldn't find a frame for either. So maybe today, I might go today. So I did a little bit more on my Pincushion Street by Heartstring Samplery. This was just a little bit in the evening after work. I just worked a little bit more on the roof. So I still have to fill in the other color, but this is just like super mindless stitching. So after a busy day, this is an easy kind of thing to be able to pull out. So I like having those. And then once I get once I need to take a project to work, I can easily fill that in on my lunch break. So I've been trying not to eat the entire time, because when you work in a restaurant and you get free lunch, it's very easy to just be like, oh, I eat this and this and this, and then I'll have a piece of pie, and, you know, before you know it, 13 years have passed and you've gained like 30 pounds. So maybe not 30, but pretty close. Anyway, whatever. But I find I used to just eat for like 15 minutes and try not to go crazy on it. And then the rest of the time I would just sit on and look on my phone and scroll through Instagram and all of that. Well, then by the time my break was over, I'm about to fall asleep. So it was like, whoa, that's not a good plan. And then I get grouchy and it's just not good. So I started stitching for the last 15 minutes, maybe a little bit more, depending on how fast I eat. And then I feel like I'm doing something that I like to do, and it's not all work and unfun things. So I've been working a little bit on my Spring Farmhouse by Notforgotten Farm. So I've just been plugging away at my beautiful little house. I'm just so excited with the variegation. Sorry, let me fold it up a little bit. But isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. See, this is where fancy floss is worth it. And you know what? I think the difference is I have always, when I do cross stitch, I would do the entire row of whatever I'm stitching. So even if I had 5 stitches or 40, I would always do my first leg of the stitch, and then I would go back and do the last part of the stitch. And I've always done that since day one. And so even though I knew I was supposed to do that with fancy floss, I didn't always do it. Well, now I've been really getting in the habit of just finishing each stitch. And now it's just how it is, and it doesn't even bother me anymore. But at the beginning, it really bothered me a lot, and it took a lot of the fun away. But now it's just like a habit. So, but this is the first time I've really, well, maybe even grateful, thankful, blessed, I did it with that too. And you can just tell the difference, and it does make sense. And it just listen to the people when they say it makes a difference, but because it does. But anyway, I'm almost done with the house. I just have like one more row to do. So that's why I'm glad I'm getting the other one kind of geared up, so I'll have some stitching for lunchtime. But the variegated color that I did for the house, it just called for a yellow, some kind of DMC. But anyway, I decided to pull Burlap by Gentle Art. So very excited about that. Now I want all of the fancy floss. Okay, and then the last whip that I've worked on is Bittersweet September by Blackbird Design. And so I just finished up more of the house. Sorry. It has to be a dog hair because my hair is not that long. Okay, so I had already done this portion of the house. So I filled in the windows and I did the end of the house. And then I'm almost done with the roof. Very excited. It's going pretty quick. I just worked a little bit on it last night after work. So then I have a new start, which I'm very excited about. I was gifted a gift certificate to my local needlework shop from a wonderful viewer, Shannon. And so I went and I purchased my first 40 count fabric. And what was it called? I want to say maybe it's Patriot's Brew or something like that. I have the label for it. It's in my project bag. But anyway, and I was also gifted this by Mary Jane, who had purchased it twice accidentally. And so I finally got a start on it. I don't even remember what day it was. It might have been like Monday morning. I think I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and I couldn't go back to sleep. And so I came in and I was going to do some stitching, and I thought I might as well, because I was like wide awake. So I thought, well, maybe that'll be a good thing for me to start something new. So I just started up in the top left-hand corner. Yeah, left. Anyway, and so this is my start. So now, I don't know, any of you that stitch on 40 counts, I'm wondering if maybe my needle was too big. I do the sewing method, and it wasn't an easy process. I mean, I could do it, and I can see the holes as long as I had my light real close to me and had my cheaters on. But I don't know. I'd be interested to know and I should just Google it or whatever and find out what size needle I'm supposed to use, because maybe that was my problem. Maybe it was just too big. But anyway, but it is looking cute. Tiny stitches though. Ooh. So anyway, I think I figured out that piece will be like 14 by 9 on 40 count. So anyway, super pretty. And I was going to do, so I bought fancy floss for the grass and for the house, and I was just going to use DMC for the sheep and everything else. But now that I'm like kind of on a fancy floss kick, I think I might go in and get the actual colors for the sheep. I don't know, just because the colors that the DMC said to use don't look anything like the picture. I mean, these are, in my opinion, more of a gray and a black and, you know, different type of patterns, where the colors that they gave me were beiges and creams, and I just don't think it's going to look the way the picture looks, and I want it to look like the picture. So anyway, so that's pretty much what I've been working on. I do have an idea to do a new start. I don't know, sometime maybe this week. I had purchased this at my at Little Creek Needleworks a couple weeks ago, and I got the red. I got Hollyberry by Classic Colorworks for the house color, and so I was thinking I might just try to start that. I could probably even use it for this Patriots brew, because that kind of looks a little bit like what the picture would look like, and I know I have plenty of fabric. So anyway, that might be a new start that I try to come up with. So anyway, so I got a little bit of stitching done, not as much as I'd like. I'm still trying to organize my craft room I'm like a broken record, and I'm really gonna try to change up some of my decorations in my house. I've had certain walls the same way that I've decorated. I mean, they've been the same way for years, and I just need to change stuff up a little bit. So I'm thinking about getting rid of one of my bird cages. I have a 10-foot aviary in my living room, and then I have a real large, well, I say it's not a huge cage or anything, but it's a good sized cage that I made out of a bookshelf, like a hutch, and my husband helped me. And but I only have 2 little birds in there, and I think it would just be one less thing to try to take care of. I have too many hobbies and too many things I have to get done, like dishes and laundry and working, and very little energy. So I thought that would be one way. I could still keep the birds that I love, but I don't need to have so many cages. So my plan is hopefully this weekend I'm going to get that cleaned out, and I'm going to list that on Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to just dive in there and see how I go. And I have some old cell phones that I'm going to put on there. So anyway, I just got to make a list and start tacking some of these things, tackling them, checking them off the list. So, okay. So I guess the only other thing left I did have a couple of previous finishes I thought I would share. And I didn't grab the books. I should have done that. I believe this is My Pretties by Plum Street. Super cute. I had seen this at my L&S. It's just put on a old Altoid container. And I think it's done on 36 count. I want to say maybe Havana. Isn't she sweet? Take one, my pretty. And so they had like candy corn in there or something, you know, but super cute. I just love this. But now I can't ever find the large Altoid tins anywhere. All I can find is the little ones. But anyway, like I need two, but I might. But anyway, I just think she is so sweet. Look at that nose. So I thought I'd share that with you. My plan was I had already decorated a little bit for autumn and fall. And, you know, that's the stuff behind me. And so, but I did that kind of early. It was like just before September. And so I thought, well, I'm just going to do a little bit of autumn now. And then 1st of October, I'll bring out my Halloween stuff. And then, you know, probably the middle of November, Christmas is going to start going up. So, but when you know, I just don't even feel like decorating for Halloween. I did put a few things out on my front porch. And I don't know, I'm just not feeling it this year. I think it's because everything's cluttered. And I just need to clear some stuff out and declutter. Maybe I'd be motivated then. But I feel like adding anything else to the mix, it's just not going to be good. So anyway, we'll see. I might get motivated. It's only the 7th. I got time. And then I got this pattern out of the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. Sometimes that name just doesn't come to me. I stitched this one. That was the first thing I stitched out of that magazine. I loved everything in it. I want to say it's Teresa Miller. I feel bad. I should have gotten these two charts to share with you and to make sure I give them credit. But anyway, I just super love this one. I just put some little rickrack on there and just did a little pillow finish. And I did the bottom, you know, type thing. So it's a little wonky, but there's usually a little bit of fall greenery or whatever around the bottom. So you don't usually see that too much. So those are a couple of my previous finishes I thought I would share with you. When I was at the thrift store, I came up with a plan. I haven't done any punch needle, I don't think since, sorry, I gotta get my leg down here just a second. Sorry. I kept sliding off my bar stool, so I put my other leg up on the other bar stool. And if I don't pull my leg the right way, my knee pops out. So anyway, don't get old, it's tough. Anyway, as I was saying, so I went to the thrift store, and I usually always can find crochet thread there, super cheap. So like this one was a little pricey. I can't believe I spent $1 on it, but I did because I loved the color. And then I also found this one that was 50 cents. So my plan is, last fall I made these little pumpkins out of the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. And so I want to kind of dabble with just drawing out my own pumpkin and just do a checkerboard. And I thought either a checkerboard with this and maybe cream, wouldn't that be pretty? It kind of would be like almost the same as this type of deal, because I love this color pumpkin, that really dark green. It seemed like that was super popular last year, but then this year I feel like these colors have been super popular, like the more faded, kind of softer colors. So anyway, I think I'm going to try to do that. We'll see. And then I also found some pretty, this like little what color is this? Seafoam. It's not as bright as it's showing up on the camera. It's a little bit more subdued, but I'm really starting to love this color. I also found another little thing at the thrift store, which is kind of the same thing, same color. It's just a little bin that you would organize things. It was 50 cents. And I'm just really starting to love this color. And it's so not as bright as it's showing up. It's real kind of pale, but. So anyway, so these are going to be the punch needle plans. Hopefully I will get everything set up today and put it in a little basket, so that way maybe tomorrow night after work I'll feel like messing around with it. I also, as I'm trying to rearrange and reorganize my sewing room, I ran across a little bobbin case thing to hold your bobbins for your sewing machine, and it was just 25 cents. So I got that because right now I have them in a little bin, but they all move around and come unwound, and when you pull one out, all of them start. Yeah, I just need to get it arranged. So I got that, and then I found another little frame that I thought would be cute to do some kind of small with. I mean, this little anchor thing of course has to go, and I'm sure I'll probably paint it black, but this part moves. And it's real cute. It's got the, you know, the little back that you could put something in there. It was 50 cents, so I thought, well, that would be cute to do some kind of little finish. So I got that. And then, oh, I have, we have a shed that we built outside in our side yard, and it's actually made out of wood from an old outhouse. It was funny because we were looking for old wood to put on the outside of this little shed that we were building, and my husband always runs into deals, and so he went up to this I think it was like a junkyard, and he had seen that they had a couple buildings that were all kind of falling down, and so he stopped and asked them, you know, if they were interested in those things coming down, and they were like, yeah, we just haven't gotten around to taking them down. And Larry's like, well, I'll take them down for you if I could have the wood. And so they're like, yeah, we don't care. So while we were taking all the wood off and loading it into our truck, we found that the one was actually an outhouse. There was actually a two-seater, like the bench part for the outhouse. So it was kind of fun. It hadn't been used in a long time, so it wasn't bad. But anyway, I have this really cute basket on the outside and the front. And right now, I looked out there the other day, and I still have poppies that have been out there, I mean, all year. And so, well, all summer and fall. Hasn't been that long, but they're faded, and they look kind of yucky. So I found some chrysanthemums. They had a bunch there at the thrift store, and they were just $2.50. So that's one of my plans, is to try to go spruce that up today. And then, oh, I actually found something kind of cute. I was in a section I don't usually go to. It's more of like the comforters and things like that. I usually scan that from a distance to see if I see quilts. And if I do, of course, I hightail it over there. Because that's the same place where I usually get all of my quilts that are hanging on the ladders and things. And so I went over that way because I kind of thought there was a quilt, and I ended up finding like I know it's not a technical cloche, but it looks pretty close to it. I just thought it was super cute, and it was only $1. So I have it sitting next to one that I actually bought at a craft store or like a gift shop. So it was kind of pricey, you know, like don't mind the dust. Anyway, but so I was excited about that. So I have to find something cute to go underneath it today when I'm cleaning. So anyway, I think that pretty much sums up my adventure at the thrift store. I did find a few more little black frames, but like I said, nothing in the size that I needed. So anyhow, okay, so And then I had also offered a giveaway a while back. And last video, no, 2 videos ago, I announced the winner. And it was, and I left a comment on her comment saying, you know, hey, you might want to watch the video. You might be excited about it or something along that line. Anyway, and so then another week went by or a week went by and I didn't hear anything from her. And so I commented again on the same comment and said, you won, and gave my email. And so, but I still haven't heard from her. So in my last video, I said if I hadn't heard back, then I was just going to pick a new winner. And so I feel like we'll do that today, because the stuff that I was offering was fall, and most people like to stitch in the season. So if it goes too much longer, nobody's going to be interested in stitching this for a while. So I just want to get it out there to somebody. So I have it all pulled up on my laptop here. So let me flip the camera around and we'll pick a winner. Just a second. Okay. Sorry if it looks like it's flickering and all fuzzy to you, but anyway, we're gonna pick a winner. So in the comment, you had to say the word acorn. Oh wow, is that so blurry to you guys? Anyway, the name is Debbie Shevel. Let me put my glasses on, people. Yeah, Debbie Shevel. She wrote, congrats, love the acorn house. So, Debbie, you're going to be the new winner of my little giveaway. So I will leave a comment on your comment, and we'll get it off in the mail to you as soon as you give me your address. So thanks for being a subscriber. This whole giveaway had been in on behalf of having 1,000 subscribers. So I want to thank everybody who has taken the time to click the button and do all the things. I really appreciate it. Sorry, my bathroom door. That's one of our jobs that was the first thing we were going to do, was going to make all new doors. And what we've been here since 2004, still haven't done it. But they're orangey color and they're just not me, but you have to have a door in the bathroom. So anyway, I hope everybody's having a great week. We've had really pretty weather here. It's definitely chilled down, so you can definitely tell that fall is here. And I need to get busy. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, my username on Instagram is LisaAbby9137. And so a lot of people have been sharing pictures with me through the messenger system on that. So feel free to look me up there if you want to share with me what you've been working on. I still have to do a lot of stuff with my Gmail. I keep running into the fact that I don't have any storage, so I have to keep deleting things constantly so that I can get new emails. So anyway, I thank you for joining me. I hope you all have a blessed day, and I hope you'll join me again. Bye-bye.